And hello, all my fellow nerds out there. This is Orlando Richie, and welcome to the demo of Where the Day Springs Red. So this is a new game that was created by Carrot Patch Games, the same person who created Our Wonderland and Easter, I believe the other game was called, and all the other Our Wonderland spin-offs. They were work. I've been following them for a while now, and I found out that they were working on this game. I didn't know what this is going to be about, but this looks like a very interesting sort of take on it, and honestly, the main protagonist already kind of reminds me of Iggy, anyways. Not just because of the art style, but because of the hair. But I don't know. Maybe this will have some references here and there. But anyways, let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and click start. I'm gonna play this whole demo in one video. So a red sun rises. Blood has been spilled this night. J.R.R. Tolkien. A game by Carrot. Ooh, this music is very nice and spooky. I like it. Made with Renpy. Oh, is this opening cutscene? Okay, hold up. Finished. Ooh. All right. Huh. P. What about P? P what? Pink. Huh? Oh. And in standard Carrot fashion. Morgan Gum Limerick. Wait. Consensus leans yeah. Shocking full color development unfolding as longtime brunette makes a rosy metamorphosis. Okay, that's actually pretty funny. You've heard it here first, folks. Pink. That's right, pink. Oh my god. Why am I getting Genzo vibes from these guys? What are you thinking, Zed? This is a this is a power move on the part of an aging vet. Aging? I don't know, Mosh. I haven't seen folks handle their balls with any which way, but up in my time. But there's nothing in the playbook for this one. Are we looking at a fumble then? Hard call. Still waiting for a flag on the play. You don't mean? I do, Mosh. I do. We may be looking at some kind of conniving doppelganger. They can predict the weather? No, not Doppler radar, you idiot. Now, go investigate. Oh my god. they look so done with it. Get away from me! He's out of here. The kick is good. Up next, the effects of the blunt force trauma. Oh my god, I love this already. If you want to do something right, am I Gummadia? You're looking a peach this afternoon. Shall I compare thee to a summer's lay? Fuck you. The sweet nostalgic tang of vitriolic reproof. My balls would know this anywhere. And it's our gum after all. In more ways than one, I'm afraid. Or I do believe our beloved friend may be going. Full gum. Full gum. Eat that, it might be contagious. You mean like we could all get infected too? That's right. And turn it to gum. Dude, care taking up animation? Please let me see more of this. Gum disease. Always brush your teeth, kids. What the hell are you talking to? How do we stop it from spreading? An apple a day keeps the dentist away. I thought it was the doctor. Shut up and matriculate that gum to the apple tub. What the hell are you doing? Put me down. Don't fight it, Gummy. This is for your own good. I won't let you turn it to gum. Run, Marsh, run. The end zone is wide open. 50 yards. 40. 30. This is incredible, folks. I've never seen anything like this before. What a run. Wait, is this an aging quarterback makes his final run? You won't want to miss a second. The sheer athleticism from this sneaky powerhouse. He's going for it. The only 10 yards left? My god, he couldn't really do it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. How are you two doing? Now, here's a guy. I go inside for all of 5 seconds and you two still somehow managed to nearly murder one of us? We were saving gum from gingivitis. The only murder happening here is that hair. Have you seen it, Cord? Have you? I don't know. I think it looks cute. I think it looks nice. Let go of me! Fuck! The impact of all 230 pounds of Marshall's 6'3" frames hitting the water pistons the side of the metal tub skyward, promptly sending all 75 gallons of water and all 50 apples cascading across the grass like a Honeycrisp volcano. This is followed immediately by the sound of a window slamming open in the direction of the house. Marshall Grady, if you've done something to my apples, I'll string you up by your ears, and don't think I won't. Marshall is to his feet in an instant, clothes stopping and water leaking all over the dirt. Fuck, that woman has ears like a hawk. He displays his hands in apathetic disconcern. And all on that day, humanity received a grim reminder. Don't think you're getting out of this. The apple tub was your idea. It too, Brute. Marshall turns to the tub as though to do something. Then told the soaked dirt, still shining with watery ringlets. Then to the strewn soil orbs of countless apples felled in battle. He turns back. I choose life. We were never here. Right like the wind, Marshallama? Marshallamayu? Marshallamayu? That's a hilarious name. Cody takes this opportunity to offer Gum a hand, a hint of exasperation in the sweat dotting his cheeks. Y'all right? Y'all right? 5 more seconds and we'd have had to hang you up in the wash to dry. No worse for wear save my pride, I guess. Not that I'd normally give a lick about anything that comes out of those numbskulls' mouths. Gum takes the hand gently, the familiar patting of Cordy's palm, a welcome point of comfort after the chaos, soaked with just a hint of callous grit. It's not really that bad, is it? They bring a hand instinctively to the pink curls in question, smoothing out the mute lock of bangs. Felt like I needed a change, you know? The hairdresser said it looked cute. Cordy blinks. No. Smiles. It looks good. A pause. You look good. Aww. That quick downward flick of his eyes. Gum's cheeks warm. Thanks. You've got... Cordy reaches forward as though unthinkingly, first to brush a few errant leaves and grass tufts from Gum's coat and scarf, then to wipe a spot of muddy water gracing the peak of the right cheek. He folds the contact for what feels a good 2 seconds long before pulling back. Sorry. No, it's okay. Gum's gaze is fixed on their feet. They don't even blink. Anyway, come on. Cordy clears his throat after a few moments of awkward silence. He rubs his nose and smiles. Marsh's Graham and Pap already got the fire going at the big house, fixing some stuff up for us. They started to walk, a slow, leisurely pace as though grass pace through grass tawned with mid-autumn's crisp. Gum's eyes scanned the landscape, memories of summers past lingering with each flick of their gaze. The fields they played sardines in, the electric fence Marshall had peed on as a dare. The hayloft Zate had left and subsequently broke his arm from, the woods Barrack had led them through, like an overweight explorer in search of black raspberries for them to munch on. And even the creek they just crossed on their walk down from the car, the cooling oasis where they'd once staved off the summer heat, down to their skivvies and diving and splashing, searching for frogs in the mud and rock and silt. Ahead of them, Cordy steps on a twig, which jerks Gum's head frontward at once, visions of old momentarily mixing with the realities of new. Because it is different now. Gone are the cows and chickens that had once dotted the landscape. Gone is the water in the old well, now completely dried up. Gone is the machine shed and the tractors and trucks that once rumbled past their bare feet in the dirt. A home to nothing but memories. According to Marshall, not even his grandparents come down to this part of the ranch much anymore, spending most of their time in the farmstead up the hill. And why should they? The bulk of the land has been leased, and they're what, 70, 75 now? Impressive enough that they've waited till now to leave the ranch entirely and sell off what's left. Gum can't help but wonder what it must be like to leave a place that you lived for 50-odd years. Sad, no doubt, and more than a little terrifying, too. Gum speeds up about half a step to match pace with Cordy, their boots crunching through the leaves and grass. Everyone here, then? Mm-hmm. You drove? Got in last night. How long was the drive? About 8 hours. Stayed at the old chariot in town. Quite a treat. Always. They're approaching the big house now. Not not so much a house as a large wooden hall of sorts, but the name had stuck since they were kids. A place of storage, food, and rest. Marshall's grandma would serve up grand lunches for the current season's workers over the old fire pit in the room's center. And the kids would spend the hours exploring the attic and scavenging through all the old beddings and farm clothes Marshall's grandpa had kept stored in the shelves and trunks. As Gum looks at it now, they can't help but smile in particularly droll memory of the grand fort they had once built flashes across their mind. Yes, that's right. Out of, out of all those old blankets and cozy hidden away neat in the sheets as the thunder had ripped across the summer sky. That had been when Cordy hit first. Gum looks away. Notices a spot of green just off the left of the house. Is that Barrick? Cordy laughs. Been glued to his phone since he got here, but what else is new? Gum watches the tall figure pace back and forth between what looks like a small doghouse and a shed a few yards west. Back and forth, back and forth. A sharp snap of the arm, followed by a frazzled, tousled hair. But finally, the phone is lowered with a beleaguered huff. The figure is still for a moment, before turning, straightening, and dashing towards them with a sudden burst of renewed energy. Gum! By the moment time to escape had passed. Oh, Jesus Christ. Lorgum Limerich? Aw, oh my god, my sweet cinnamon roll, look at you! Hi, Barrick. I feel like I haven't seen you in centuries! What have you been up to? I like how Cordy is just smiling through all this, just, yeah, this is normal. What have you been in? What have you been into? Who have you been into? That face is giving me Orlum vibes. Is he the Orlum of the group? Oh, you know, a little of this, a little of that. You need to tell me everything. Tonight will be nothing but Barrick and Lorgum bestie dream night. And all mess, no stress. Well, what about the other guys? Other guys? What other guys? We'll burn those bridges when we get to them. Because please, I haven't even gone to your hair. You think it looks okay? I think it looks like a magical sugar plum popple-esque creature. I want to swallow you just like a the baby Jesus and bake you in the decadent toffee crisp, you cotton candy gumdrop button. Barrick, you're hurting my head. I'm gonna pet you and love you, and squish you and hold you and wrap you in plastic and box you up and slap a price sticker on that sweet face so I can mass produce you. Okay, calm down there, Dory. and say you to millions across the globe. That got weird quickly. When did you get here? Always here. I'm like a little voice in the back of your head constantly roasting every idea that comes out of your mouth. Commodore Imposter Syndrome, they call me. More like Commodore Castrate me, please, if you don't get the hell off me, you chain-smoking gremlin. Jeez, he's tall. Touchy. Don't you have anything better to do than shove your snark into places it's not wanted? Z, grabs his crotch with a snark. I could be shoving other things, but I don't think Graham and Grampy Gratty would much approve. Barrick rolls his eyes. As charming as always. Found a new job yet, have you? Ouch, bruh. You didn't have to go all personal on me. Barrick's eye twitches. Apologies, I wasn't aware of your very public meltdown on TikTok after the last determination of such a personal matter. Well, yeah, 'cause I personally object to it. Z waggles his cigarette up, down, splays his hand out in reproof. That fickle fucker was just looking for a chance to can me. Does it count as looking when you were getting high right beneath his nose? Hey, the boss makes $1, I make a dime. Time. So I get high on company time. Z snorts up a geyser of smoke out through his nose with a smirk. I'm not sure that's how that saying goes. The original is equally as indecorous. What, you're getting all up in my case for? Any for? I don't see it. I don't see Gumbotron. I don't see Gumbotron over there pulling a 9 to 5. Z jerks a cigarette in Gum's direction. um, Gum blinks, quickly averts her gaze. I mean, sure, yeah, I haven't really, tucks a lock of their hair behind her ear. But I'm doing, commissions here and there. Commissions? Like what? From who? Cordy's brows arc across between the wonderment and worry. Just people online, here and there. Gum's cheeks burn beneath their glasses. I kind of wonder if Gum and Iggy would get along. It pay, it pays the rent most months. You ever try finding something more stable? Gum's brow twitches. Well, it's certainly not for lack of trying. Don't you got art? Don't you got artists at that moolah raking game company of yours, Burr? Tell them to hire old Gumberbund over here. Me, I'm, I'm sure they could draw anything you need them to. Pause. Unless it's porn. Followed by a smirk, or what? Or what do I know? Maybe it's even better. Gum's ears start to burn, an anxious pit forming in their gut. That's... Beric starts quickly, but can't seem to formulate any words to follow, leaving the circle of a strange silence. Yeesh, Z grumbles once the pause reaches uncomfortable levels. Let's not act like I just pulled my pants down and started circumcising myself in front of everyone. It was only a suggestion. Did someone say porn? Great, Pavlov's whistle beckons. For the last time, Marsh, we're not gonna shoot Besties Gone Wild 5 some at the farm. What? I never said that. Stop making me look like some kind of pervy on dog. Z shrugs with an over-exaggerated roll of his eyes. If the shoe fits. I always said it'd be hilarious if Gum drew me like Rose in the Titanic. Imagine that. Drew me like one of your French girls, Gum. All the alcohol in the world couldn't get me to draw that. All the alcohol in the world couldn't get us to watch you draw that. Guys at the station will lose their shit. Marshall claps his hands together with an overzealous guffaw. We could probably make some kind of redonk promo out of it too. He raises his arms as though unveiling some sort of artistic masterpiece, his eyes wide and trembling. I'll never let it go. I'll never let go of 93.3 play-by-play weekly sports radio so intense you'll sink for it. Maybe you should run that one through a few more drafts, Marsh. Rude. Speaking of intoxicants, we are well stocked, I assume. Z flicks his cigarette butt into the grass and mashes it with the heel of his shoe. Marshall's frown quickly morphs back into a grin. Oh yeah, I bought like 3 cases. Though please don't get drunk before any of my grandparents head back up to the house. They still somehow have fond memories of all you fuckers. Don't want to crush their dreams. They're sad enough having to sell this place, so it might send them over the edge and kill them on the spot. Please, let's not pretend. The only one they fond memories of is Gumball. Soon to be replaced by nightmares once they see that hair. You? Uh-oh. There anything we could be helping with? Nah, I'm sure they're fine. You would think that. I'm going to actually go ask like a house guest with some semblance of decency. I'll come too. Barrick and Cordy wander off in the direction of the house, leaving Marshall with a blink in confusion in the now empty circle. Hey, don't leave me here wallowing in my guilt like a self-centered a-hole. Too late. Get off me, you uncanny carcinogen. I'm gonna gnaw open your big stupid head. What are you, some kind of rabid chipmunk? Oh. A streak of light brown comes bounding across the leaf-strewn grass. Gum doesn't have a chance to disembark before a canine leaps, hitting both of them with the untapped fervor of a dog ravenous for treats, and sending them tumbling to the ground in a startled fit of squawks and laughter. Oh, look at the doggo. He's so cute. Wait, Oh, okay, no, right click is. No, H is hide. Okay. I don't know how to hide the words here. The dog probably begins licking cheerily at every inch of Gum's face. Stop that, stop! Though Gum's actions seem to belie their words, given the way they pull the dog off into a tight hug, laughing and petting and rubbing their cheeks against its soft fur. Attaboy, bite their face off of me, as he snorts as he pushes himself back up to his feet, wiping the dirt off his ass. Marshall's gla- Marshall glances back at the commotion, laughs. Don't worry, that's just Bruno Biggs. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Hell, the fly would probably hurt him. Then from the window, his name is Xavier. Mar- Marshall hands goes to his hips. He doesn't like that name, Grandma. I named him after that fine snack of a man from the mutant movie. Marshall rolls his eyes and turns back around. Sage whispers at a hiss. His name is Bruno Biggs. You think she means the young one or the old one? Because I let Patrick Stewart lick all over my face too. Inside thought, see. Wait, does that mean she could hear our entire conversation? Remind me to think twice about every word that comes out of my mouth from now on. Good boy, good boy. Gum gives Bruno a flurry of scritches behind the ears, molding the chubby dog's face between their fingers. Before pushing back up to their feet, Bruno responds with a happy whine, his tail flicking happily in the leaves. See, you like and respect me, don't you, boy? Unlike all the rest of these shitty, nasty goobers. Shitty, nasty goobers. I'm not the one who licks my own wiener. Whoa, who does that? I'm going inside. Come on, Bruno. With a little beckoning wave of their hand, Gum starts towards the house, Bruno nipping at their heels. As in front of them, Barrick waves back from the sliding front door before disappearing through. Were those pumpkins I saw inside earlier? We can have a carving party. You better not turn this into another one of your famous workshops. If I never have to hear the words agile and scrum again, it'll still be too soon. You didn't hurt yourself or nothing, did you? Looks like you took a tumble pretty hard back there. I'm fine, don't worry. Hey, who is it? Who is it that licks their own dick? Marshall Grady, you will not speak that way in my house. You march straight back outside and haul us in a new load of wood for the fire. Aw, Grandma. Aw, I love this crew already. They're all adorable. Ooh, okay, so he gets new cutscenes. I'm okay with this. Oh my god. He's using the pumpkin as a mask. Dude, honestly, it's only been like what 29 minutes, and I already love this game. Oh, is that Grammy? Oh, she's so adorable. Oh, it's so cool. Ooh. Oh, that was so cool. It's already dark when Gum steps out for some quiet following dinner. The surrounding wood is black as ink, one big cavernous expanse surrounding the small ranch, while above them the stars stretch on for miles in all directions, so many of them so bright compared to the light polluted canopy visible in the city. It's cooler now, the sun having taken its faint autumn warmth with it. Though the chill is admittedly refreshing after their hubbub of the last few hours. Gum feels the tension leave their shoulders almost instantly. Their steps are barely audible as they wander around the grass, across the grass, then stop, peer through the dark. A familiar crop of blonde hair sticks out against the black, its owner slouched over the edge of a large downed tractor wheel. Marshall's grandma had once planted flowers inside the wheel's ring. Now the dirt there is barren and dry, nothing but withered stalks littering its surface. Catches some air, Gum smiles and walks over. Cordy's head turns back, his eyes blinking wide against the dark, before softening. Hey, Gummy Bear. The world brings a touch of pink to Gum's cheeks. The words bring a touch of pink to Gum's cheeks, a tickle of warmth to their chest. They take a seat next to Cordy on the tire, wordlessly gaze turning towards the sky and a sea of stars. There's a silence between them, but not an uncomfortable one. It's been real nice seeing you. You too. Cordy's voice is the same as it's always been, rough and warm, with just a hint of warble, as as though constantly on the verge of tears. You've been okay? Like doing okay and everything? Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Corey's hands clasped and unclasped. Still building for my dad. A lot of projects, new developments, keeping me plenty busy. But I started furniture, wouldn't you know it? Just little side stuff. Tables, chairs, and whatnot. Oh, that's great. Gum's lips curl upward. You did always say the whole construction gig wasn't really your style. Yeah, nah. I mean, it's fine, just not a lot of room for creativity. Or fine detailed type of stuff. A laugh. You do know how much I like to work with my hands. Here's his hands and fingers curling in and out mischievously. Cordy Eaton. But Gum chokes back a laugh, elbowing the portly man straight in his paunch. A warm chuckle shared before Gum sniffs, rubs at their nose. How's how's when? And Br- and Briley's what 2 now? Yeah. Cordy's hands returned to his lap, thumb pads kissing. They they grow up awfully quick, and don't you know, battling up a storm. When's when's fine. They're both fine. Everything's fine. Hmm. Gum chews softly on their bottom lip, staring into the black of the breeze plays with their edges of their hair, tickling their cheeks. Cordy glances over, then down, then over again. You know, I'm a bit worried about you. Worried? Why worried? Gum laughs, but this time even they can tell it's semi-forced. Cordy winces. His eyes flick up to as though searching for the right words. Not that eloquence has ever been one of his strong suits. The guys, they say you barely reach out anymore. Even Barrack. and now and now I hear that you still haven't found nothing stable yet. Just guess it got me all wondering if you're doing all right or not. From off in the darkness, a cricket chirps, on off, on off. You know, if you need help, need anything at all, his thumbs are batting against each other now. I I know that after everything, I'm fine. A pause. Gum curls a lock of their hair behind their ear. Laughs. I'm fine, they say again. The, the sound of far off voices can be heard from the back in the big house, raucous but muffled. It elicits a weird pang of nostalgia from deep in their gut, one that makes their nose itch and their chest buzz. They sit back, gaze going skyward again. The universe feels like it's swirling above them, liable to swallow them whole if they let it. Remember how we used to spend hours out here just watching the stars? quoting murmurs in affirmation, both of them studying the intricate patterns of the night sky. Gum could get lost in that moment, just sitting there in the dark, wrapped up in their memories and something more. Something tugging just beneath the surface of it all, like a weird sort of turning point, or starting point. They closed their eyes, breathing in the umbra, until a soft chill sends a shudder up their spine. They curled their arms in front of their chest, the cold finally starting to get to them. Was never was never this cold back then though. Guess because it was always summer. You cold? A little. I found it pretty well fine, but I'm like a furnace, so Cordy laughs. It sounds like a crackle of fire. Why didn't you put your coat on? Forgot, I guess, and didn't think I'd be out here that long. Dummy. Silence. Though this time there's an air of uncertainty to it. A weight that hadn't been there before. Mm, do you? Cordy stops, raises a hand, lowers it, then, aww, places it gently around Gum's waist. Oh. Gum's eyes flutter closed unwittingly. A warmth from both out and in marbling in their chest. The touch can make them cry. It nearly does. A familiar water making the corners of their eyes sting. Thanks, they say simply. While inside, their heart feels like it's burning. Oh, look how cute they are. Oh, Jesus. Okay, jump scares. Oh, you're both out here. The jolly salutations and fairly well, good sirs. I hope you're having a pleasant evening. Just in case it wasn't clear, that was the old-timey gender-neutral spelling, of course. I can't see anything. Where is he? Is he going all the way? Really? You think I can see? It's dark as balls out here. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Fucking a-holes. Marshal, go out and make sure he runs around the whole ranch. Aye, aye, Captain. You and the captain make it happen. Oh. Run as fast as you can. I'm running, you big dumb ox. Not fast enough. There was nothing in the rules about speed. New rule, if you don't complete the challenge in 5 seconds, you get dumped in the apple tub. No one can run that far in 5 seconds. Hope you like shrinkage, Z-Bay, cause your D is getting dipped. I hate both of you so much. Well, that just happened. We both we're gonna purge just what just happened from our brains, right? Yep. Right, we're on the same page. uh, dude, Carrot's humor never fails to make me laugh. I swear. What in God's good name are you doing? Put that out. What, you want me to go all the way downstairs in the dark? I'm way too drunk for that, Care Bear. That god awful smoke is going to keep me up all night, and that's not even going into what my lungs feel like in the morning. Jesus H Christ! I'll open up a window, dear. Also, this is an old wooden building. Are you trying to set this place on fire? He does got a bit of a point. You nearly dropped that thing 3 times already. It's well past midnight, and the crew has retreated to the second floor of the big house, sleeping bags strewn across the floor, along with a varied assortment of beer bottles, chip bags, and candy wrappers. I kind of just noticed this, but all of Carrot's games have a group always have a group of 5 people. Why is it always 5? I mean, I guess everything comes in 5s nowadays. Marshall's grandparents had already taken off hours ago, leaving the ranch in darkened stillness save the cozy ambience of the attic. Gum has lost track of the number of beers they've each imbibed. No, Cordy, my man. My can of spam. My dental dam. Z, Z kneels down next to Cordy, clumsily looping an arm around his around his shoulders. Also, don't think I didn't notice that that little Easter egg there on his shirt, the little Our Wonderland logo. Eat, play. Can love it. He still hasn't put the cigarette out. Barrick's just mad I didn't bring any weed. I am most certainly not. Not sure any of us needs to get inebriated more than we already are. You're killing me, Cord. Z waves a cigarette in front of Cordy's face. What happened to all that gallant bravado back when we were kids, huh? Now you're all family padded. He throws his head back to aim a puff of smoke at the ceiling. Warren! Gum rolls her eyes before pushing up to her feet and snatching a cigarette out of Z's hand. And you haven't changed a bit. Once a brat, always a brat. They they make the they make to put out the cigarette, then reconsider, bringing it to their lips instead with an over embellished pout. My name's Zigao Yin. I like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, but unfortunately, I don't even have half a brain. They take a large drag, and abruptly burst into a fit of coughs, tears flooding their eyes. Z laughs so hard he starts snorting. Barrick, however, is up on their feet, concerned panic. He grabs a cigarette and begins slapping Gum's back and Gum's back, brows furrowed. Now look what you've done. Me? Gumblebee here was one who had to go and make a show off of themselves. Z splays his hands out in an apathetic discern, but still snickering. If our pink-haired compatriot really wanted to drag that bad, I could have breathed him one. Just like that one night, eh, Gummy Buns? He crawls forward in what's likely supposed to be a sensual way, but comes off looking more like a dying armadillo. Want another hit from the happy chimney? Cordy hooks a finger in the back of Z's boxers, pointing them half down his ass as he drags him backwards. He presses his lips together. Height. I don't think we'll be needing any of that. And you won't be needing any more of that either. Barrick adds before towing the half-finished beer bottle out of reach of Z's probing fingers. He follows this up by dropping the cigarette into the mouth of the bottle, each elicited a high-pitched whine from Z. Have mercy, Bear. I'm real fucked up. Barrick arcs a brow. As if I don't know. Having recovered from their coughing fits, Gum wanders over and tears still dancing on their lashes, to prod Z's side with their toe. Z turns over onto his back, only for Gum to take his seat right on his stomach. Z lets out a strangled oof. X-nay on the oot-gay, Gummers. Gummers, do you want me to blow chunks over the floor? This is just license of stupidity right here. What's up with your stupid shirt? Stupid? Yeah, why is it censored? That's because I'm fucking classy. Classy is probably the last word I'd ever use for you. My shirt says I'm hip but restrained. A guy who knows what he wants but doesn't let it get to his head. Your shirts say you're all a bunch of lame-ass losers. Chomp. Stop that, you vampire flamingo frog! Don't let him get to you, Cord. I release! Marshall ascends like a newly risen zombie from where he'd been out cold, snoring in the middle of the floor. You okay, Marsh? We thought you'd done passed out over there. How unfortunate. I was beginning to enjoy the peace and quiet. Z manages to shove Gum off of him, pushing up onto his knees. What are you, some kind of werewolf, Jesus? Awoo! Werewolves in London! Marshall, please! I think my eardrums popped off with that one. I'm the weirdest wolf of all. The one that bites ya. Marshall probably leaps straight at Gum, all 230 pounds of him hitting them like a sack of concrete and sending them both downwards in sleeping bags with a resounding thud of floorboards. Burn the wolf! Burn the wolf! Z grabs a pillow and begins whacking Marshall's head with it. Unhand that gum! Now even Barracks is starting to get into it, quickly grabbing Gum beneath the pits in an attempt to extricate them from the Marshal's beefy grip. Hey, now it's 2 against 1! Marshall brings his arms up to protect his head from Z's pelting, which allows Gum to slide out underneath him with a pop that sends them and Barrick rolling. Aw, the big strong quarterback can't handle a few pillows to the face, is that it? I'm sorry, I'll be more gentle with ya. So Z times with a well-placed knee to Marshall's crotch that sends the large man to the sheets with a groan. Oh, dick bangers! Barrick springs back to his feet, body coiled like a spring ready to pop. Arm yourself, Gum. If we go down fighting. Yes, sir! Gum salutes with a laugh before grabbing a pillow up for themselves and running back to the fray. They immediately begin pelting Z backside with pillows. The fuck? Z turns back. Some gratitude that is. Cordy over there didn't even try to save you. Gum takes one look at Z, one look at Cordy. Cordy smiles sheepishly, simply minding his own business atop the sleeping bag. Gum proceeds to clock him with the pillow straight across his jaw. You little... Cordy is up now, a determined grin curved his lips as he grabs for the nearest pillow. Gum spins on their heels with a scream, just as Marshall leaps back into the middle of the group with a garbled growl that sounds like a mutilated ox. Oh my god. Okay, that's funny. Aww. This continues for a good 10 minutes. Beer bottles are spilled. Chips are crunched beneath their bare feet. Everything from pillows to blankets to strewed clothes are furled. Gun takes a good few whaps to the face, but delivers just as many in return. And even manages to leap atop Marshall's back at one point, distracted him long enough that the other 3 can triple team him and send him squawking down to the blankets. After which, first Cordy, then Barrick, then Z finally collapse into the floor around him. The entire crew just start staring up at the ceiling, chests heaving and foreheads glistening with sweat. Aww. This is so cool. Is everyone alright? Barrick's voice finally mumbles from the other side of the dilapidated circle. I think I broke my spleen. We should all sleep pretty well after this. Sleep well? I'm gonna have nightmares of a pink devil crab feasting on my flesh. Oh, what's this? My glasses seem to have fallen down on my nose. I better push them back up. I'm gonna bite that middle finger off. Now who's the one feasting on flesh? Corey's the first one to finally push himself to his feet. He glances around and winces. Then begins tidying up some of the spilled drinks. Barrick is soon to follow, massaging his temple as he starts sorting out a few of the strewn bedding and pillows. And to think, back in the day, we didn't even need alcohol to make this much of a mess. Nah, we just had to worry about Marshall sleep peeing all over the sheets. I only did that once! Gum rubs at their eyes with a yawn and starts to sit up, only for Marshall to reach an arm across and latch onto their hips. Gummy gum gum. He presses his face into her belly like a burrowing hamster. Get off of me. But I can't go to sleep without something soft and warm to snuggle, says the man who just passed out on the floor like 5 minutes ago. Z gives Marshall's ass a slap as he pushes himself to his feet. It was different. Now I'm cold and scared and in need of comfort. He starts rubbing his face against Gum's side with a little whine. Marshall! Gum's voice takes a hint of sharpness as they shove against his shoulders. This prompts Barrick to walk over. Down, boy. He presses the ball of his foot against Marshall's forehead with an annoyed grunt, forcing his head backwards. I think we all had a bit too much. Cordy wraps his arms around Marshall's chest and lugs him up off the floor. Marshall proceeds to latch onto Cordy instead, nearly sending him straight back into his ass. Cordy, you're so soft, like big squishy teddy. Cordy looks helplessly at the others as Marshall begins rubbing his face against his chest. Don't look at me, dude. Z just snickers. You claimed him. Just don't let me. Just don't let him hump your leg. Gum wobbles to her feet, dusting the layer of chip crumbles off their backside, then proceeds to help with the cleanup efforts. It feels strangely quiet after all the ruckus. Nothing but the occasional grunt or burp to punctuate the low drone of cicadas outside. The earlier electricity is gone, replaced with a dull, dark, drunken tiredness that weighs on their shoulders. Hey, Barrick slides up next to Gum as they fling out a blanket over the sleeping bag, watching it descend. Hmm? You alright? Why? Barrick rolls his eyes. Besides the fact that I haven't heard from you in months. Gum's gaze drops. They watch as Zeke crawls around all fours, looking for his lighter. Sorry. Don't apologize. Barrick chuckles, giving Gum's shoulders an affectionate squeeze. If there's something going on, there's something going on. I'm just worried is all. And a little wistful quiet moments you've been and the little wistful quiet moments you've been having all night aren't helping. Gum tucked in there and lock of hair behind their ear, cheeks warm. Just just have a lot on my mind, I guess. Now Barrick takes both Gum's shoulders, pressing their foreheads together. When he speaks next, his voice is soft and low. Is this about... No. You sure? Yeah. Hmm. I hope I don't have to remind you that you can tell me anything. I know, I know. Let's get together soon. Just you and me, yeah? Okay. Booger bear. Turd toad. Aww. They share a soft laugh. Poor Barrett gives them a final reassuring pat, returns to his own messy sprawl of blankets. It doesn't take much longer for the five of them to finish and retreat into the sleeping bags. After Z takes a final quick smoke out the window, only to get snapped at by Barrick, the light switched off too, leaving the entire attic bathed in darkness. Now it's deathly quiet, a veil of black reticence dripping down the walls. Interrupted by a in the direction of Marshall's sleeping bag that makes Z snort, before returning to silence. That cloak of tangible isolation, cut off from the rest of the world, from reality, their ranch, the one place that would always welcome them back, a shared shelter from future storms. Oh, Gun peeks out from the top of their sleeping bag. It had taken a little while for their eyes to adjust, but now they can just make out the angled shadows of the raptors overhead. Squares of moonlight dot the blankets and floorboards around them like spilled buttermilk, bright against the black. They glance at their right, at the round outline of Cordy's form curled up a short distance away. The blanket over his chest is rising and falling softly. Gum wonders if he's asleep or not. They tap their fingers noiselessly on the top of their comforter, letting their eyes wander back to the ceiling. Sleep is eluding them, though they're unsure why. Certainly not for a lack of fatigue. Their body aches in all the usual places, even in some new ones entirely. They certainly aren't getting any younger. 30 seems terrifyingly close. Yet, for all their mental maturity, they might as well be turning 20. At least back when you weren't supposed to know what you were doing. Now it's a sign you were plotting a course for failure. They bring the edge of the sleeping bag up to their mouth, gnawing at the fibers as they stare up at the reproachful ceiling. Then, after a few minutes of silence, flick their gaze back over to Cordy. A creak. From the stairs, low and long and stretching across the silence. Eyes widening, they shrink back under the blanket, gone deathly quiet to save the sudden pounding of their heart. They listen. Nothing. Nothing. Another creak. Holy Mother of God. Their hands clench around the comforter, heart resounding in their ears as they try to hold in their quick breathing. There's somebody coming up the steps. It's an absurd thought. Who could possibly be coming up those stairs? They're in the middle of nowhere out here. But at the moment, their brain is in panic mode, muscles so tight they can barely move. They try to breathe. They try to calm their heart down. The way it's echoing in their head is making them dizzy. Dude, this is under a creek. This is giving me a whole lot of vibes from Easter. My goodness, like remember when like Easter had like that one killer? Like my god, dude, like it's giving me so many vibes of the first game Carrot ever made. Fuck. They clench their eyes shut and try to make themselves as small as possible, not even breathing. Corey? Their voice comes out in the tiniest of hissed whispers, like a mouse in the dark. They hope to all think they hope to all things that the other man is still awake. No response. Another creak. Cordy? Movement this time. Cordy's limb shifts in shadow. Gum turns towards him, fingers still clenched like knives in their blanket. Somebody's coming up the steps. Their voices audibly shaking. They're so small, so thin that in all the black. What? Tears of frustration prick at their eyes. They hiss just a bit louder. Somebody's coming up the steps. What are you? Now both of them go silent. It's deathly still. Another shift from Cordy's sleeping bag. It's probably just the wind or something. But Cordy... It's definitely closer now. Only a step or two from the top. Which seems to rob even Cordy of another response. And then from the darkness comes a voice neither of them expect. Yo, anyone hear that? Sounds like someone's coming up the step. Oh no! Stop that! No, don't fucking jump scare me like that. What the hell? Jeez, what a scream! You... Granny! Grandma, that's not funny! That's not funny! Kids are so easy to scare. This is Grady! Grandma! What the fuck, Grammy G? Oh, don't give me those looks, you overgrown jackanapes. Everyone can use a good scare now and again. And you should have seen your faces. Better than match game. Match game. Better than match game. Like a good old game shows. Gum fumbles for their glasses before standing up with a little warble. Their hearts still beating like a jackhammer in their chest. My life flashed before my eyes for a second there. And here I thought the homicidal clown mask was scary. You... They started to frown. Started forward. Only to sigh and drop their arms. I'm too emotionally overcome to wring your head off your neck. Remind me again in the morning. Siege stage whispers to Cordia the hiss. Saved by the Nell. Grandma, that was scary! Dude, Marshall kind of reminds me of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Ed with one D, not double D. Marshall is stiff, half burrowed inside the sleeping bag, his face pale and clammy. I almost wet my bag. So that's what they're calling it nowadays. You haven't had a shock to your system like since Lenny Davis knocked you that good one in the 20-yard line. You could use a little jump start in your life. I didn't want a jump start, I want a sleep start. That mask is absolutely terrifying, Mrs. Grady. Where on earth did you get it? Oh, this old thing? Bought it from for a costume party Barney and I went to a few years back. Quite the bawdy affair. I might have gone a little wild that night. Barney almost needed to break out the leash. Grandma, no! Cordy hasn't said a word yet, looking mildly ill over his sleeping bag. He rubs his sweaty cheeks with a groan. No, I'm never gonna be able to fall asleep. Sleep, you say? This snaps Ramona's head up. Wait, her name is Ramona? Ramona Grady. Sure, why not? This snaps Ramona's head up. She lets out an almost hum as she strolls towards the middle of the room. She aims a flashlight at Cordy and then each of the others in turn. Maybe it's for the best then. Well, with the moon the way it is tonight. The moon? Now she turns the flashlight to her own face, the high contrast beacon in the murk. When the moonlight fades in crimson shoals. That is the night when the creatures stir, to right the wrongs of days of old, straining in all the arbiter's mirror. Well, that was uplifting. Whatever happened to live, laugh, love? Maybe we wind it down a bit with the spooky talk. Some of us have responsibilities tomorrow and need to sleep. I'm gonna take that as a direct attack, Burr. As you should. Might do you some good for once. No more talking about scary things! Hey, you alright? Huh? Gum glances over to see Cordy's brow furrow in concern. They blink. Oh god, I didn't even notice the nosebleed. Bring their hands to their face. Then jerk back with their fingers return stained a brilliant red. Oh shit! Oh shit! Beric is to their side in an instant. One hand to Gum's nose and the other tilts their head backwards. Cordy, grab your towels over there. Cordy does as it's told, ripping off a long strip out of the way back. Then helping Gum gently to the floor as Beric wads the paper beneath their nose. Oh. Hungum's leaking. This has never happened before. So much blood. There goes the weirdest wolf of all. It must be all the dry air out here. Dry air? No one listens to poor old Ramona, I see. It's a reaction if I've ever seen one. A reaction to what? Would you like to know, you pocket-sized imp? Fuck. His hair was perfect. Well, I'll leave you children to your devices then. A woman's gotta have their beauty sleep. Glad I won't be sawing those logs down there, though. Too close to the woods for comfort. Too close, I say. Ramona shakes her head with a chuckle as she heads back towards the stairs, mask and flashlight in tow. You're leaving while I'm having a crisis? She comes, she creeps, she leaves. Actually, it's just about stopped now. Crisis averted? Or cut short at the very least. Yeah. Now now that my brain got snotted up out of my nose. He brings his hands up, forming a rectangle with his fingers, as though framing Gum inside the Vogue magazine shoot. Looking good, Gumma dear. The red streak bloated look does suit ya. I hate you so much. Sleep well, you toddling tots. Don't let the bed bugs bite, or anything else for that matter either. The four of them gaze off towards the stairs with a mixture of wariness and reproach until the footsteps disappear. Ramona's cheery humming can be heard outside the window as she strolls back up the hill in the direction of the farmstead. Well, we'll never have to question where Marshall gets his chaotic streak from. Or his affinity for leeches. Z starts towing Marshall in the stomach. Get up, Coyote Ugly. I resemble that remark. It's resent that remark. Marshall groans and promptly wraps himself in Z's leg. Stop that. You feeling okay now? Cordy runs his hand up and down Gum's back, his wide palm comforting after all the discord. Gum nods up with a sniff, their nostrils now free from the red streams. Barrick pulls the wad of paper towels completely away, grimacing at the sight of the soaked fibers. At least you can get some rest now. I'm sure it really is just the air out here. You know, that alcohol probably didn't help. Maybe take it easy for tomorrow, yeah? No No hair of no hair of the dog, you lush. Oh, ha ha. They once again attempt to sort out their bedding and blankets. Beric's pillow has somehow gotten itself lodged in one of the rafters, and Z's entire sleeping bag has migrated to the opposite side of the room. Before long, they got themselves sorted, and quiet pulse of darkness returning as the light is dimmed and bags zipped up tight. There's a sudden lonely quietude in the small attic that hadn't been there before. A muted chill. Gum sits atop their sleeping bag, blanket pulled up around their shoulders, just staring into the dark. They've yet to crawl in. In fact, they're not even sure they want to. Suddenly, the thought of being all alone in that bag, in the dark, feels positively insufferable. And whether it's due to the lingering chill of the scare Marshall's grandma had given them, or a general feeling of disconcertion after their nosebleed, Gum doesn't want to be alone. And so they sit there and stare into the murk, as their heart beats like a drum against their chest. Thanks for playing the demo. Oh, that was so good. The full version of Part 1 is currently in production, though I don't have an estimate for its completion. You can always check out my socials, free Patreon, or itch pages for updates. It would mean a lot if you would leave a rating or comment on the game on itch if you enjoyed the demo. These can really help the game and the algorithm, and so others can find the game. You'll be able to carry over your demo save of the full game once it's released. All right. Well, I'm gonna save here then, just in case. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, and be sure to give Kara's page a visit and check out the game for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Share this with your friends, and be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.